Hello everyone, today we will be discussing the remaining problems of exercise 15.1 of chapter 15 probability. So the first question which we are dealing is question number 11. Gopi buys a fish from a shop for his aquarium. The shopkeeper takes out one fish at random from a tank containing 5 male fish and 8 female fish. What is the probability that the fish taken out is a male fish? So first we will just find out how many male fish and how many female fish are there. So number of male fish, how many is given is 5, and number of female fish is 3. So what will be the total number of fish? 5 plus, sorry, it is 8. So 5 plus 8 is equal to 13. So now what you need to find out is the probability that the fish taken out is a male fish. So what will be that probability of getting a male fish is the number of favorable outcomes, that is number of male fish divided by total number of fish. So that is number of male fish is 5 and the total number of fish is 13. So you will get the answer to be 5 by 13. Okay. Question number 12 is a game of chance consists of spinning an arrow which comes to rest pointing at one of the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 as shown in the figure. And these are equally likely outcomes. What do you mean by equally likely outcomes? They have equal chance to occur. The occurrence will be equal. What is the probability that it will point at? First one is 8, second one an odd number, third one a number greater than 2, and the fourth one is a number less than 9. So first we will see how many outcomes, that is total number of outcomes are how many? Total number of outcomes. How many are there? You have 8 chances, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the total number of outcomes is 8. Now what is the first subdivision? You have to find out the probability that it will point at the number 8. So you have equal chance means for 8 coming up, the number of possible outcomes, or you can say number of favorable outcomes is only 1. 8 has only one chance. So you can say number of favorable outcomes is 1, because the question is you have to get the number 8. And what is probability of getting 8? It is number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. So what you will get? The total favorable outcomes is 1 and the total number is 8. So it is 1 by 8. Or else you can just see all have equal chance. They have given that it is equally likely to happen. So all of them, that is coming up a 1, coming up a 2, etc., coming up an 8 will have 1 by 8 probability only. Okay. So for all the numbers it is the same. Now the second one is getting an odd number. So what is the probability of getting an odd number? How many odd numbers are there? So you have 1, 3, 5 and 7. So the favorable outcomes are you will have 1, 3, 5 and 7. That means the number of favorable outcomes will be 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 4. And total number of outcomes, you know, 8. So what will be the probability of getting an odd number? It will be equal to the number of favorable outcomes. Here the favorable outcomes number is 4. So you will get 4 divided by the total number of outcomes, which is 8. So it is 1 by 2. Okay. Now if it was an even number, then also you will get those 4. That is, you will get 2, 4, 6 and 8. Again the number of favorable outcomes will be 4. So it will be 4 by 8 and again probability will be 1 by 2. Okay. Then what is the third subdivision? a number greater than 2. So first you see which are the numbers greater than 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have the number of favorable outcomes as 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the number of favorable outcomes is equal to 6. And how you got that? Since the favorable outcomes are three, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is the number of favorable outcomes. Therefore, P of getting a number which is greater than 2 will be number of favorable outcomes, which is 6, divided by total number of outcomes, which is 8. Okay, so you will get it to be 3 by 4. Okay, so fourth one, the fourth subdivision is a number which is less than 9. Now see how many numbers are less than 9. You will get all the numbers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all are less than 9. That means the number of favorable outcomes will be again the total number of possible outcomes, that is 8. So you will get, actually probability of getting a number less than 9 is 8 by 8, which is 1. Okay, so number of favorable outcomes for the fourth subdivision is 8. Why? Because the favorable outcomes are all the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So you will get the probability of getting a number which is less than 9 is number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. So you will get 8 by 8, which is 1. Question number 13 is, a die is thrown once. Find the probability of getting a prime number, a number lying between 2 and 6 and an odd number. So first thing which you know is when a die is thrown, the sample space will be containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or you can say the total outcomes. The outcomes, possible outcomes will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the total number of possible outcomes, total number of is 6. Okay. Therefore, the total number of possible outcomes is equal to 6. Now, what is the first one? Getting a prime number. Again, what is a prime number? You know, here 2, 3 and 5 are the prime numbers. So, you can write the favorable outcomes for the first cases. Favorable outcomes are, which all you will get? 2, 3 and 5. Therefore, the number of favorable outcomes is equal to 3. Hence, the probability of getting a prime number is equal to number of favorable outcomes, which is 3, divided by total number of possible outcomes, which is 6. So, you will get 1 by 2 as the answer. Okay. Now, for the second subdivision, a number lying between 2 and 6. So, what are the numbers lying between 2 and 6? 3, 4 and 5. Okay. So, the favorable cases, favorable outcomes are 3, 4 and 5. Therefore, the number of favorable outcomes is equal to 3. And again, total number of possible outcomes is 6. Therefore, the probability of getting a number lying between 2 and 6 is equal to number of favorable outcomes, which is 3, divided by total number of outcomes, which is 6. So, again it is 1 by 2. And what is the third subdivision? An odd number. So, probability of getting an odd number. So, what are the favorable outcomes for this? Favorable outcomes are, an odd number means it is 1, 3 and 5. Therefore, the number of favorable outcomes is equal to again 3. Hence the probability of getting an odd number is equal to number of favorable outcomes, which is 3, divided by total number of outcomes, which is 6. So you'll get it to be 1 by 2 again. Question number 14 is, one card is drawn from a well shuffled deck of 52 cards. Find the probability of getting first one a king of red color, second one a face card, third a red face card, fourth jack of hearts, fifth one a spade, and last one is the queen of diamonds. So first we should know how many cards are there. In total you have 52 playing cards. So that is your total possible outcomes. So total number of possible outcomes is equal to 52. Now we will see what is the probability of each one. First thing is a king of red color. Now how many king for red colors you will get? For 2 type of red colors, red suits you have, that is out of 4 suits you have 2 types as red. So you will have king for both the red. That means you have 2 kings. In total you have 4 cards of king. But if it is a red color preferred, then you have 2 king cards. So you can say number of favorable outcomes, that is the total number of king of red color is 2. Therefore, the probability of getting a king of red color is equal to number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes, which is 52. Okay, so 2 by 52 will be your answer. And what is 2 by 15? It is 1 by 26. So what is the second one? A face card. Now how many face cards we have already discussed? You have total number of face cards as 12, right? 3 for each suits. 3 into 4, 12. So number of face cards or number of favorable outcomes is 12. Therefore, probability of getting a face card will be number of face cards divided by total number of possible outcomes, 12 by 52. And what is 12 by 52? It is 3 by 13. Third one, getting a red face card. Again, for face card you have in total 12. But if it is only for red color, you have here 3 and the other one 3, that is total 6. So number of possible, or you can say number of red face cards will be 6 here. Therefore, probability of getting a red face card will be equal to 6 by 52, and 6 by 52 is 3 by 26. Fourth one is the jack of hearts. Again, if you are going for only one suit, that is hearts, you have only one jack there. So the number of jack of hearts, or that is your favorable outcomes, is 1. Therefore, the probability of getting a jack of hearts is equal to 1 by 52. Fifth one is getting a spade card. How many spade cards you have? It is one of the 4 suits. So you have 13 spade cards. So you can say number of spade cards is 13. Therefore, the probability of getting a spade card will be 13 by 52, which is 1 by 4. And the sixth one is queen of diamonds. How many queen of diamonds will be there? Number of queen of diamonds. How many in diamonds? You have only one queen. So number of queen of diamonds is 1. Therefore, the probability of getting a queen of diamonds is equal to 1 by 52. Okay. Next is question number 15. 5 cards, the 10, Jack, Queen, King and Ace of Diamonds are well shuffled with their face downwards. One card is then picked up at random. What is the probability that the card is a queen? And second one, if the queen is drawn and put aside, what is the probability that the second card picked up is an ace, a queen? So first thing which we should know is you have only 5 cards of diamonds. That means the total possible outcomes, total number of possible outcomes is only 5, because you don't have the total pack of cards, you have only 5 cards out of that. Okay, so this is the total possible outcomes. Now again they are shuffling and taking out one card, and you have to find out what is the probability that the card is queen. In that, what all you have? 10, Jack, Queen, King and Ace of diamonds. So for the first one, the number of possible outcomes or number of favorable outcomes will be what? If you have to get a card of queen, it will be 1. Therefore, the probability of getting a queen will be 1 by 5. Okay. Now what is the second one? In the second one, what they are doing is queen card, that queen card is taken and put aside. That means now you don't have the queen card in this pack of card. That means how many cards you have now left with is 10, Jack, King and Ace. That is total 4. Therefore, the total number of possible outcomes now will be 4 only, because already queen has been put aside. Okay. Now we will go for the first case in this second subdivision, that is what is the probability if another card has been picked up and it should be an ace. So what will be the possibility which you are getting? The number of favorable outcome will be how many cards you have for ace? Only one card. So the number of favorable outcomes is equal to 1. Therefore, the probability of getting an ace is 1 by, what is the total number of possible outcomes now? 4. So it is 1 by 4. Now for the second one, you have to find out the probability of getting a queen. Now you should remember that queen has been taken out already, so that in this pack of 4 you don't have any queen. That means number of favorable outcomes is equal to 0. That means you don't have any queen there. Therefore, what will be the probability of getting a queen? It will be favorable number of favorable outcomes divided by the total number of possible outcomes. So it is 0 by 4, which is 0. Okay. Question number 16 is 12 defective pens are accidentally mixed with 132 good ones. It is not possible to just look at a pen and tell whether or not it is defective. One pen is taken out at random from this lot. Determine the probability that the pen taken out is a good one. So you have 12 defective pens and 132 good pens, and you have to find out the probability that the pen taken out is a good one. So first we will write number of defective pens is equal to how much? 12. So number of non-defective pens, that is good ones, non-defective pens, or you can say good ones, is equal to 132, it's given. Okay, so what will be the total number of pens? So total number of pens, that is same as total number of possible outcomes. Okay, so it is 12 plus 132, which will give you 144. Now what you need to find out is probability of taking a pen which is a good one, getting a good pen or non-defective pen. will be equal to number of good pens divided by total number of pens. That means it is 132 by 144, which is equal to 11 by 12. 12 into 11, 132, and 12 into 12, 144. So it is 11 by 12. Question number 17 is, first one, you have a lot of 20 bulbs contains 4 defective ones. So in total you have 20 bulbs, and out of which 4 are defective. So the remaining 16 are non-defective. One bulb is drawn at random from the lot. What is the probability that this bulb is defective? So first we will solve the first one, that is when you have the total number of possible outcomes is 20. 20 bulbs is your total number of possible outcomes, so 20 bulbs. Okay. Then what is the number given as defective? So number of defective bulbs is equal to 4. That means it is understood that the remaining will be the non-defective bulbs, that is 20 minus 4 will give you the non-defective bulbs. Okay. Now what is the question? We are taking a bulb at random. What is the probability that this bulb is defective? So you have to find out the probability of getting a defective bulb. So that will be number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. Number of favorable outcomes means it is the defective bulb. So you will have 4 by 20, which is 1 by 5. So that is your first one. Now going for the second subdivision. Suppose the bulb drawn in first case is not defective. So here they have already told that it was a defective bulb. For that we have found out this one. Now in the second case they are asking us to assume that the bulb which have been drawn out is not defective. Okay, it is a good one and is not replaced also. Now one bulb is drawn at random from the rest. So what will happen is the total number is not replaced, means first you have taken out, then you are not keeping it there. That means the total number, which was 20 number of bulbs, will reduce to 19. Okay, for the second case. So this is your first one. Now for the second case, the total number of possible outcomes becomes 19. Because that bulb which have been taken is not replaced. Now again they have said that you have to consider it to be non-defective, means the number of non-defective bulb will change, because it was actually 16, but the thing which you have taken should be a non-defective bulb, means it will become 15. So the favorable outcomes, number of favorable outcomes, or this will be the number of non-defective bulbs will reduce to, again it will become 15. Therefore, the probability of that the bulb is not defective, probability of getting a bulb which is not defective, will be 15 divided by 19. Okay. Question number 18 is, a box contains 90 discs which are numbered from 1 to 90. If one disc is drawn at random from the box, find the probability that it bears. First one, a 2-digit number, second one, a perfect square number, and third one, a number divisible by 5. So here you can see that you have in total 90 discs. So that is your total possible outcomes. Okay, total number of possible outcomes is equal to 90. Now in the first case, what you want, it is a 2-digit number. Probability that it bears a 2-digit number means it can be 10, 11, 12, etc. till 90. That means 1, 2, 3, 4 till 9, that you have to reduce from 90. That will give you the number of favorable outcomes. number of favorable outcomes for the first case will be 90 minus 9, which will give you 81. Okay. Now you can find out what is the probability of getting a 2-digit number, which is equal to 81, that is number of favorable outcomes, divided by 90. Okay, so it is 9 by 10. Now what is the second case? It is getting a perfect square number. So what all you have as perfect square number? So we can just see the favorable outcomes are perfect square starts from 1, then 4, then you have 9, then 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81 till 90. You have this much. So how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can say that therefore the number of favorable outcomes is equal to 9. Therefore the probability of getting a perfect square number is equal to number of favorable outcomes, which is 9, divided by the total number of outcomes, which is 90. So it is 1 by 10. Okay. Now for the third case, a number divisible by 5. Now again it is starting from 1 to etc. So the first thing or the first number which is divisible by 5 will be, you are taking with 5, 10 like that, you will get till 90. So 90 will be the last number. So how many, you can find out how many will be lying in between here as a multiple of 5 or which is divisible by 5. You can just use your formula, which is an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, where d will be 5, a is 5 and an is 90. That will give you what is n equal to. Okay, so here if we replace an as 90, this will give you 90 is equal to 5 first term plus n minus 1 into d will again be 5. So this is giving you 90 is equal to 5 plus 5n minus 5, so that you are getting 5n is equal to 90 or n is equal to 90 by 5, which is 18. So how many that we have got, that is your actually number of possible outcomes. Okay, therefore number of favorable outcomes is equal to 18. Hence the probability of getting a number which is divisible by 5 is equal to 18, that is number of favorable outcomes, divided by total number, that is 90. Okay, and this will give you again 1 by 5. So this is for your reference. Remaining, if you can calculate, you can just write that number, that is number of favorable outcomes, as 18 and calculate it. Okay.